Jane, it's going to really help if I actually put the password in correctly because it's locked me out of everything.
On.
I'd not turned on the lights. I'd been locked out of everything. But I did get my penguin,
Well,
so that's okay.
Yeah, that's
Morning, everyone.
fine.
I'm just going to clean this down, Jane, because I used a lot of what was it? Toweling, bamboo toweling. Thank you. That goes everywhere when you first cut it. So good morning to everyone. Oh gosh, the set looks really bare now this morning, doesn't it? Oh, I'm going to put that right, Jane, while you get going. It was a last minute crikey bobs that we haven't put that up. Hey, this is a whizzy thing, isn't it? It's really good.
Handy.
But then you're meant to wash it. I can't wash it while we're on air. This is why I should have bought the other ones that we had the other day. They just I don't know about you, but lint and stuff just gets everywhere, doesn't it?
It's part of the job, isn't
It
it?
is. But these penguins can be
They're so
washed.
cute.
They can be washed down. They're rather good. So good morning, hello to you. Right, today is the last day of 3 for 2s on kits and bolt ends.
Amazing.
Snooze you lose. These are the last of them. So if you want them, fabulous, get them. 3 for 2, Jane. I've seen
It's
some
just
people.
crazy bargain.
So, and it's not just like once. It's also 6 for 2.
Yes.
9 for 3. No? Yeah. Oh, I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
3 for 2.
Pay for 2.
Nine, yeah.
Get 3, pay for 2.
Yeah.
So if you get 6, you pay
Yeah.
for 4. If you get 9,
9
you
for
pay
6.
for 6.
Yeah, you know what I mean. We'll get
Yeah.
there with the maths. Or we won't. It's my little bit gone. Why is he down there?
I know, I said he needed hanging up. He was on the
He
side.
does need hanging
And I
up.
just not tall enough.
Gemma's sending me a million messages, which generally means I've done something wrong.
Oh.
What? What?
What is it?
Maths. Oh, there you go. You will give poor SJ and Jane a heart attack. She's just shouted maths at me in shouty capitals. It's 3 for 2, multiplied up. That's ratios for you.
Yeah.
Right, this is what we're making today.
Yes.
Oh, he's stuck. That's why. On that. There we go.
That's
There. We made. Oh no, he's now around the wrong way, Jane. Oh, haven't got his little ears on the go. Right, let's get his little
You
ears.
need to see his little cute face.
Oh, he's very cute. There we go.
Oh, you can see it on both sides.
And you put your little
The soother's just there if you want
pass.
it. In that little box with your bits behind the iron in the corner.
Oh, what's it doing there?
Well, it was on the table and I just shifted it.
You
there.
moved it, didn't you, Jane? You moved my cheese. Today is a day where you head to the website and you take a look through the website and you go, oh goodness, I didn't know that was on offer. That's phenomenal. I'll have it. Because otherwise, you'll just don't do that thing where you ask us afterwards because we're not going to do it. That sounded very firm, didn't it? Just not doing it. So if you see it today and you love it, please do get it.
Well, a lot of the things are the last of, aren't they? So if
Yeah.
they don't get them now, they'll miss out completely.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Just can't do it. Would you like to start going through this?
Yes.
And then I will get a thing and then we'll put them from here onto there.
Yes.
So that everyone can take a look and then our set won't look bare. Here we go. Over the head.
We have got the last bit of some PU leather in pewter. It's beautiful. It's like metallic-y. But it's
Oh, I
a
love
beautiful,
that.
soft grey colour. We've got 2 1 metre pre-cuts of that. We found this in the corner.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'll go on then.
You're on the wrong side. It felt funny the other day when you were standing on this side of me.
Sorry.
We've got a ½ metre of bronze quilt. Now you can see this is a bolt end.
We
because
haven't
it's a
had
bit
this for ages.
wobbly on one end, but we've made some beautiful projects with this quilted PU, haven't we?
We really have. Yes.
This is my favoritist.
Oh, you've had some of this, haven't you? I'm surprised we've got any
dragon
left over.
scales. It's a metre piece.
Last
Look at
metre.
that fleece. So soft. Beautiful.
We did have a bolt end, however.
It's extra, well, it's not extra wide, but it's wider than our normal
Yeah.
quilting. So you've got a good piece there. A metre piece would make a lovely blanket. That's half of it. Look.
My two.
Look at the colours in
I
that, it's
know.
gorgeous.
My two have got me to pieces that you bound for them for a
Yeah.
show, and they love them.
They're just such a simple thing to do, just bind the edges and you've got a beautiful blanket. And it's so soft.
It really is. I did have a bolt end of this, but one of the Romanian dogs ran off with it and made it theirs.
We've got some denim, the stretch denim. We've got the beautiful pink and the peacock. And they're metre pre-cuts, just a couple of those.
Bag making, pouches, anything.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
Lovely
My
colours.
chambray sit-up one would look nice with that.
Yes,
You wouldn't have
it
to use
would.
any interfacing.
It would. We've got some of the end of days, like Day's End rather, not End of Days, that's a film. This
Similar.
is Grass's
Not the same.
Field Terrace. There's a 2 metre pre-cut of that. Look at that, that's beautiful. Lovely blues and teals in there. What's this one?
Oh, that's twigs.
Martha
You know what?
Negley Twigs, that's gorgeous.
I made a
Look at that, that's so pretty. And it's got a beautiful sort of like blush pink in there as well.
when
Really
we had this
versatile
in.
fabric.
I used the PU. In fact, Jane, this PU looks gorgeous with it.
Yeah,
And I used that
look at that.
and that together, and I made one of our garden kneeling cushions.
Oh yeah,
And I was sat on it yesterday, refencing the chicken wire.
as you do.
Yeah, my life's all glamour, Jane.
Yeah.
We've established this. Said me never. Never.
Showbiz lifestyle. Yeah. Winged Haven blush. Look at this. This is lovely. It's like birds actually. It's like bird pattern on there.
This is art
Really
gallery
gorgeous.
fabric.
Beautiful gallery fabric. This is a 3.1 metre piece, so that would make a beautiful quilt backing. But cushions, bag linings, bag fronts. Look at that, it's gorgeous.
Jane.
I know, this one. This is Dancing Grace, and that's a 3 metre piece as well.
Again, this is art gallery fabric, and you do. Their slogan is
Dressmakers
"Feel the
amongst
difference," and it's true, isn't
It
it?
is. It's got a beautiful feel to it. Dressmakers, 3 metre piece.
That'd do your pair of pyjamas. That would.
Would make a lovely dress. Karen.
Yeah. And you
Shop
could
is
even
on.
have it the right way up.
Yeah,
We've got it upside down.
we've got it upside down.
But you could dressmate with it, whichever way up you like.
That's beautiful, isn't it? That's such a pretty fabric, such a lovely colour.
It's a proper rich red, isn't it?
Yeah, and again, 3 metre piece, nice quilt backing. These 3 for 2 quilt backings, get them while they're there, because you know they don't take much room in your stash when they're folded like that. I hope that's not much room, is it?
No.
3 of those, then you've got them for when you need a quilt backing.
And you've saved yourself. Bearing in mind, can I
Loads
just
of
point
money.
out, Jane, it's not just that you're saving loads of money. A lot of these are up to 40% off anyway.
Oh my gosh, that's even more money that you're
We
saving.
didn't put them back up to normal price to then do 3 for 2.
No, you've kept them.
We've
at
done
their
it. We
discount.
just need the space. Please just clear it, have it, and we'll start again. With
We've
new
got some
fabrics coming in.
gorgeous things coming. Look at that. That's Mindscape Seaside Tile. We did a beautiful quilt with this.
Yeah, you did.
But these placemats, table centres, cushion fronts,
Coasters.
yeah, absolutely loads of potential with this fabric. Loads of potential.
Or just back your quilt with it.
Yeah. This one's fun. This is the Feminine Form. It's an art gallery fabric.
You see, I would like to see a dress or something out of it.
Yes, that would be gorgeous, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But, you know,
Or a
you could make
bag.
your workshop bag for that when you
Caddy.
go to workshop classes. All sorts of things in that one. It's very pretty.
That was the really nice thing when we did our workshop, Jane, was seeing everybody's workshop bags
Yes.
that they'd made. Is that when you go to Festival of Quilts and you see everyone's?
Yes, and you see everything that everybody's made. Cafe, pinstripe. Comb stripe, not pinstripe. Green. This is fun fabric.
Do you know what I like about this? It's not actually a straight line.
No, it's
So it makes it really easy to sew with.
yeah. And again, this is a great fabric for binding, blenders, linings, and a 2.85 metre piece. So a really good piece to have in your stash. Because
Josh
you'll
loves that
use it
one.
again and again.
It's orange though, isn't it? He loves orange.
Yes. I do love orange and green together. They're lovely. I love this one.
I know.
Love Struck this is called, and if you love flamingos you'll love it too. Look at that. There's little hearts in the background where the flamingos' heads come. A little very pale pink heart.
Do you know, Jane, flamingos can live up to 50 years?
Can they?
Yeah.
Wow.
I discovered that at the zoo on Saturday, Monday, whenever.
Amazing. They're such beautiful birds. They're weird to look at, but they're beautiful.
Because their knees bend backwards.
Yeah, they just...
Someone just screwed them on the wrong way.
Yeah, put them on the wrong way around.
Do you think they think that about us?
Probably. They're
Look at
probably
those
like, look at those
weirdos.
weird humans. Their knees run backwards.
Yeah. Are they too busy eating their prawns or whatever it is?
2 metre piece, that is. What have we got here? This is lovely. Again, this is Blocks Haze.
I have
Bags,
used this
linings,
so
bag
many
fronts.
times. Jane with the cork.
Yeah, looks stunning.
Really stunning with the
And it's
cork.
just a lovely, soft, sort of minky grey with this lovely blush pink colour. It's just really pretty. Baby blocks pattern, but gives an overall effect of a wavy stripe, which is beautiful. We've got some tapestries here. Look, these end of lines. This one's a fun one, the flip-flops. And you see it's the end of a bolt. It got miscut.
That's why it's, yeah.
It's 95 centimetres. So it's not quite a metre, but
It was
it's
meant to
huge.
be a metre, but that was the miscut. That's the 5
Yeah.
centimetre miscut. So a lot
So-
of that is a metre.
When we give you the measurement, it is from the shortest piece. So if it is a bolt end and it's wavy, you'll get the shortest area. So sometimes it's bigger than that. We give the shortest part. So
I did my tidy up trug out of this, and when anybody says, I can't find my flip flops, I'm like, it's in the flip flop tidy up trug. And that's where we keep all our flip flops.
what a good idea.
Yeah.
So that's a nice usable piece, nice bag. Look at this piece. This is
Could you imagine a beach bag?
acanthus red. This is a 35 centimetre piece. You could make a beautiful pillow out of this for your garden furniture, your lounge.
You see, you
nice
say
little-
pillow, I see cork along the bottom and a beautiful
bag.
tapestry cork
Yeah,
bottom bag.
gorgeous. Beautiful.
And Jane, yesterday, oh no, you've moved them all. I kept them out to show everybody, and you've moved. Where did you put all the handles that we made yesterday?
They're just under here.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, just here.
So yesterday we did a handle workshop.
Look at that.
We made them out of cork, but then there's the round one as well. That just there on the bottom there. There. That looks like it's fallen in the bin.
That one.
That one. Yeah. We also discovered that the tube makers that we had on last week's show to make the placemats, you can make incredible handles with. There is a pattern available if you want to know how to use your tube maker to make handles. And then we discovered that you could use a 2.5-inch strip of cork just as is to make professional looking handles like that.
Well, that's not going to fray, so when you sew
No.
that down, that's beautiful.
Isn't it? Isn't
Yeah,
it?
It's gorgeous.
And that's what we did on our workshop yesterday.
Is it?
My phone, please.
Yes.
Keeps messaging me. She just wants to talk to me. Clearly, she misses
This
me.
is Pimpernel. This is beautiful. This is an 85 centimetre piece. That's a huge piece, well, nearly a metre, but because it's wider, it's a really big piece. And that is a beautiful fabric. It's so soft. Is it the chenille feel one? Yes, it is. So it's got a slightly softer finish than our tapestries, but you can imagine that as a bag. Look at that. Just fussy cut that middle bit there. Beautiful. I do love these tapestries. They've been very popular. This is why we've only got bolt ends of them left.
Well, that's just it, isn't it? Yes.
There's a bit of cotton drill here.
That's
Nude.
the chenille one, isn't it? It's so soft.
That's nude. Nude.
Oh, these are
But these are such a versatile piece. These are bags, aren't they?
Well, this is the drill. This is the waterproof, swanky, not going to ever get these again fabrics.
Yeah.
So when you see the bolt end, you know that's it. This one, I think, is incredibly useful. That if you want, because we had a lady message us, didn't we, say that the wax gives an effect that she wasn't keen on.
Yes. Because it batters, doesn't it?
Yeah, and that's the look it should give.
It's weathered. I shouldn't say battered. Weathered. It's
Well,
weathered.
Mine does look battered, and that's the look that the wax gives. If you want the waterproof element without that battering,
Yes.
then it's these
Drill.
drills that you want to use. So you've still got a waterproof bag.
But it doesn't have the marks on
I
it.
mean, obviously it's not waterproof where your stitching is, unless you wax
No.
it and stuff. But water resistant.
Yes.
There you go. That's
Yes.
the term, isn't it? And then this is the fabric that you need to get. This and blue cotton drill. That's a fabulous
That's a
fabric.
1.4 piece, so
Nice.
that's a good chunk, that is.
And again, these are only 3 for 2. We can't. Not only are these ridiculously priced anyway,
That looks like it's black, but it's navy blue.
really deep blue.
Really, really deep blue, and you can see the blue when you look at the selvage there, because it's the fibres, you can see it.
That's
but
the sort of thing that you could put with black and it would look black, and
Yes.
you could put it with blue and it would pick up the blue.
yeah, it's
Because
lovely.
as soon as I put, look, this velvet next to it, you can see it lift to a navy.
Yeah,
In the navy.
that's that's the last piece of
Yeah.
our quilted cotton.
So we
Quilted
have-
velvet, not quilted cotton, quilted velvet in navy. I don't know what the measurement on that is, but I think it's slightly more than half a metre. But again, because it's extra wide, there's a big usable chunk.
But Jane, look, you would easily get
Yeah,
that bag out of it.
absolutely.
That was the last thing that we did with it.
Beautiful. It's beautiful.
I cannot stress this enough, when they are gone, they are gone.
We've got some really good, useful plains here. We've got Macawa Spectrum in poppy red,
We had a lot more, but they have been rummaged through.
70 centimetre piece, and the bright yellow. Look at those together, they're lovely. There's a 1.65. Plains, get plains in your stash. Always need a plain.
Right, this is Liz Elliott Phosphor. It's got a slight texture to
It's
it.
beautiful. It's got like a little speckle to it.
Yeah.
And talking of textures, we've got this one of the Macawa linen texture. That's Riviera.
But look how beautifully that goes with the spot on Macawa B4.
Look at that. Isn't that sunshine colours?
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of.
Well, then let me also give you some salt batik there.
That's beautiful. The salt batiks were gorgeous. I don't know how this one's managed to
I don't
stay
know. I don't know, Jane. It's a mystery
hidden
to me.
itself in the corner.
I have got. I'll move those out of the way, and then I'll show you these because I think these really work well together. These are the last of the bunnies, tossed bunnies, and what have you. But also that I just think because there's that gentle
lovely
pink in there.
They
That
look
would be my
beautiful.
3 for 2.
Yeah,
I think.
that's a beautiful nursery set, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you've got somebody coming, you're going to a baby shower or anything like that, because this sort of pink is not girly.
It's not sickly pink.
No,
is
it's not a girly pink either. So even if the baby turned out to be a boy, you just use a little piece of that. And we all know that pink used to be the colour for boys in
It did.
Victorian times. That is beautiful.
You know what else goes with that actually?
Oh yeah, that one looks gorgeous. That's Dashwood Nina Rabi.
Now that's wide. That's like a 56-inch wide
Yeah.
one. It feels like
Lawn, doesn't it? A little
Lawn.
bit, yeah.
mm,
But it's like a navy colour and the creams and the pinks in there. Again, this is a good piece. This is a 2.55 metre piece.
that's the back of your quilt, John.
Yeah, it is.
And
This-
it's wider.
Yeah, and linings and all sorts of lovely things.
Dashwood again.
I love this. This is a beautiful fabric.
Ooh,
It's a metre
ooh, ooh.
piece.
Hang on
Metre
a minute,
piece.
Jane. I'm just going to do a little bit of shopping for you. You know that nude piece?
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
that with the bunnies.
That looks fabulous,
That would be a gorgeous changing bag.
wouldn't it?
Yes. Just saying. Lined with the pink spot.
Absolutely. Look at this piece of Dashwood with this.
These were loaded yesterday. I don't think you spotted them.
No, they came in quite late on. There's a 2.7 metre piece of this Dashwood golden sand
Right, and then we've got some Lewis and Iron bumbleberries.
of dark skies, and this is woodland red, I think, isn't it?
That's all the Dashwood. That's all that we have got
The
left.
bumbleberries are the last pieces.
I tell you what looks fab with all of those though, Jane.
And you've got bumbleberries are slimming down. Lewis and Irene are slimming down their collection of bumbleberries, so some of these colours don't get repeated. Oh, that's fabulous.
Look at that with that red and that blue.
Gorgeous. That really makes up those colours, doesn't it?
I wouldn't
love
put it
this.
necessarily with the gold.
Maybe not, no, but there is a little bit of golden yellow in there.
Yeah, that's true.
This is a 4.3 piece.
That's a big
Again,
one.
this is, I can see dresses out of this.
Dresses, quilt backs, pyjamas.
Yeah, because that is just a fun, look at that for bag linings as well. That is just a fun fabric. It's
I
beautiful,
loved this.
so versatile.
And I think it's one of those ones that we've noticed that people that have bought it have come back and bought more.
Yes.
But it's one of those ones you have to get home to really love.
It's difficult, isn't it? Because it's quite a bright colour and it doesn't always show itself as being bright on the screen.
Yeah.
It's lovely. I love that. Talking of bright ones.
Well, yes, indeed. Let's do a little Kaufman section, because these are all Robert Kaufman. And I don't know how these are, how these even got in here in the first place.
It's got webs on it. There is a little spider in the middle, so the acrophobes of you just need to look away now. Arachnophobes. But it's got a sparkle to it as well. There's a little bit of shimmer in there, which is quite good fun for Halloween. And look at these. They're just gorgeous, and they've all got this metallic in them.
That one, has that one got metallic?
Yeah,
it
just
has,
this bit
yeah.
here. It's very subtle, very beautiful.
I have used these and used these and used these with the corks, and if you don't want them, that is absolutely no skin off my nose, because they look so gorgeous with the corks. I'm very, very, very happy to keep using them with said corks.
Bag linings.
Oh my god, stunning.
Cushion fronts. This one particularly is so rich, and so many colours in there that you could pick out with binding and
I just love it.
stuff. It's gorgeous. And these blues. 2.3 metres of
This
that one.
I know, breaks my heart, Jane,
That's
but
beautiful. Beautiful. And this one is a 1.2, so not quite as much as that. You've got 2.3 to 1.2 of
but
those.
you think how these should be over £10 a half metre, Jane.
That one with all the star signs on.
I love that one. That works
It's
beautifully
used
with corks as well.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And this is fun. Like a Halloween bag, little trick or treat bags. The goth in your family will love these. Yeah. With the spider's webs.
We were laughing the other day, weren't we? Because SJ's husband has taken her to Bologna for a surprise birthday. Gemma's husband was taking her away to Devon for the weekend. Do you know what Josh wanted me to do with him? A 3-hour spider safari. I cannot think of anything worse.
No, nor me.
It's just like, sorry, have we met? 3 hours?
Looking at spiders.
Like half an hour I might manage at a push. I'm like, you really need to go and talk to these other halves and get some tips. This glows in the dark.
That's fabulous.
And this, I don't know if this one does actually. I can't remember if this one does or not. But we have used these for so many projects. I've done lamps with these. I've done one of those big tidy up caddies, and these went all the way around the tidy up caddy.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, today, Jane, we have added in. Oh, I completely forgot to tell everybody this. This is quite a big thing, Jane, and I forgot because
Because nothing's been going on this morning, so why did you not remember?
3 for 2, we have added in our entire collection of samples in the sample sales. They are all also in there. And so you don't have to buy 3 bolt ends. You could buy a sample, a bolt end, some of the kits. The kits will be taken off. This is your last full day.
Yes.
Last full day for the bolt ends. The sample sale has just been added in today. So you'll have a little chance to have a pick at that. Yeah, so if there's... But we don't have time to show all of those, Jane.
No.
We really do not.
No, because there's hundreds of samples.
There's lots. So, but again, they are all tagged in today's show. So what you need to do is head to natashamakes.com, have a look click on the Workshop Wednesday page, and everything that is 3 for 2 is tagged under that today.
Amazing.
It's a big old job.
Gemma's been at it all morning, hasn't she?
She has, in the best possible way.
More than normal, because she's always mega busy on a morning.
Right, let's have a little look at Cape Deco, because we've got some 1.5 metre pre-cut pieces and one 1.95 metre piece.
You've got cool, contrast, hot in 1.5 metres, and then one contrast in a 1.95 metre piece.
That's all the case we've got left.
That's all the cases. These are gorgeous fabrics, these ones.
Then we've got Birdie, we've got one Liberty.
That is 1.3, 2 metre piece of Birdie.
We've got some Pacal, which makes gorgeous linings with the velvets. Keep that away from it because it clashes with it horribly. However,
that doesn't
goes quite well with that. So they are also... Emily chose that one. She loved that one. I should really do her a Santa sack out of it. If I wasn't so busy, I would.
3 metre piece.
You could
quilt
get
back,
several
blanket.
sacks out of
Yeah.
that.
We've got a little bit of this border. This is the last bit of the Sanderson Arboretum. It's 42 centimetres, and it's 42 centimetres because there's been some writing on the corner there. So even on the shortest piece, which is that piece there, it's 45 actually, but we've measured it at 42 because somebody's written on it. How dare they? But this is a beautiful border print. Look at that.
I just want that with one of our waxes to be a lining in a bag. So you open it up and suddenly there's this entire ecosystem going on in your bag, which generally there is in my bag, but only because of detritus the kids have dropped in there.
It's always the same.
My life is
Beautiful
really not
velvet.
glamorous, is it? People are starting to realise this.
Look at this beautiful velvet. This is Batik Midnight. This is the last piece of this, 70 centimetres. It's gorgeous. These velvets are so soft. Beautiful fabrics, there's butterflies in there. Gorgeous colours. Then we've got 3 colours of our Winciette, or brushed cotton. So there's an 80 centimetre piece, a 1.4 centimetre piece in the pink, and the lilac there's a 1.5 metre piece. So 1.4 metres, 1.5 metres, and the white is an 80 centimetre piece. But these brush cottons, they've been really popular, haven't they? Because of
so
bibs
popular. And of course, back in stock, we have got
this is
ivory,
glitters.
silver, and navy bamboo toweling,
Oh, gorgeous.
which is
That's a little bit, I can't remember what this fabric was called because it's a little bit firmer, isn't it? So it's more like a canvas.
that
beautiful
is.
toile type.
Oh gosh,
pattern.
what's it called? What's it called? What's it called? I can't remember.
It'll be tagged.
Oh, I can't
It'll be tagged in the
That's
thing.
gonna
I think it's a
drive me
metre
insane.
piece, pre-cut metre piece.
Lovely.
I just sneeze, excuse me.
There we go.
Excuse me, sorry.
Today's
Oh.
show, Jamie.
Quilt kits. Quilt kits, quilt kits.
Whilst you do that, I'm going to find everybody on Facebook and say hello.
Fabulous. This is the kit that I used for the sample behind us. So you've got 3/4 of a metre of our black plain. You've got a 1/2 metre of Macawa spot on, black and white, which sends everybody's eyes a little bit funny. And then we've got long quarters of a variation. There's a bit of something colourful. Caroline Gavin,
Yes.
George Mendoza, Keith.
We had a lot of fun
Is this
choosing
Anne-Marie
these, didn't
Horn,
we?
this one?
No. That is Jane Sassaman.
Jane Sassaman.
Those last 3 are all Jane Sassamans.
So that's quite colourful, and we've called that bundle Cheery.
Because it is.
You've got 6 long quarters there. Now, I only used 5 of the long quarters in the pattern. When
So
I
you
was
picked your
designing
favourites.
it, changed my mind at the last minute. But you could use one of the fabrics that you didn't use, either put it in your stash or use it for your binding. The choice is yours, as they say. The black has enough to do the binding in the black, so you've got 3/4 of a metre, 1/4 of a metre of that is for the binding. So you've got your binding included in the plains if you don't like a fancy binding. And then this is the sample I'm going to demonstrate.
Demonstrate today, yeah.
This is a bit of cottage cloth. It is a beautiful, deep teal blue. Really is like duck heads.
Oh, lovely.
It's really rich, and because it's the cotton cloth, it's got that little bit of like texture, like linen. It's a printed fabric, but there's
These
texture in it.
kits, Jane, are coming in at $29.99.
That's brilliant. It's 36 by 36 inch quilt.
So then you grab yourself one of the bolt ends
To
for your
back it with.
backing. Apparently there was a few difficulties with the 3 for 2, which Gemma has deactivated and reactivated.
Cool.
So that should now be working perfectly. And Vicky says, yes, it is working perfectly now.
Cool.
Mhm.
3/4 of a metre of the cottage cloth, 1/2 metre of your linen texture, linear, not linen texture, linear in grey. Beautiful.
It's nice because it's discreet.
And then we've got art gallery fabrics here,
Oh, we love these.
and these are beautiful. There's like a green tile colour. These are some new ones that Natasha got in recently. They're just beautiful.
I don't think we've shown anybody this yet.
I love this one. It's very difficult to see it on screen, I think, because it's got a very fine dotty pattern on it.
It sort of looks woven, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Do you want me
it's
to
like twisted
try and
cord type.
do a thing?
You see if that
Bear
works.
with me, Jane, because, you know, it keeps logging me out because I keep looking on Facebook. You bend that
Step
way.
back,
There we
there
go.
we are. Can't really see it. You can just about see it there. It's got like a twist, a dotty twist to it. It's really pretty.
You know when Kaif does his Aboriginal dots?
Yes.
It's that sort of subtleness,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's there,
Now,
and you can use it instead of a plain.
I haven't used that one when
You're
I was
gonna
doing
bind
my
with it?
sample, but I think it would be lovely as the binding. Look at that one with the flowers and the ferns. That's
Love
so
that.
pretty.
I don't know if we've shown anybody these either.
No, and this one. I love this. I love the colour of it, and I love the pattern. It's got like this lovely
We haven't shown anybody this
limey
either.
green, and then we've got a bit of Liberty in there as well, just for good measure. So I'm going to demonstrate the pattern with this one, this set, and you can decide then which ones you want to use and which ones you want to leave out. Or you might decide that you're going to cut up all of them into the squares and just mix it up and make it look slightly scrappy.
It's the greens that we're doing.
Yeah.
Nah,
It all
it just
just-
works.
Nice. It's got that little sort of acidy yellow limey green in it, which is beautiful.
We had a
So-
lot of fun choosing these, didn't we, Jane?
I think Gemma's called this, did she call it soft greens or calm greens or something like that? It got a lovely name. I remember thinking, oh, that's a nice name. So those are the two bundles for today to make the quilt.
Baroque. That blue was called Baroque. Jane.
Baroque.
So if you're looking for this one, it's called Baroque, and Gemma's just tagging it into our 3 for 2s for today.
These are the blocks. It's made up of 2 blocks.
Beginner friendly, very, beginner, friendly.
Absolutely. So you've got 2 blocks like that. And
Dreamy
really,
greens.
dreamy greens. That's it.
what
I knew
she's
it was
called it.
calm and felt nice, and they are dreamy.
Do you want the iron on?
Yes, please.
I'm going to go and sit over there and watch you.
Fabulous. I've made mine with 16 squares, but you'd actually get some more. You'd probably be able to make it twice as big.
So
actually.
Jane, if you decided to bind with the one left over,
Yes.
then you'd have plenty, wouldn't you?
Yes, for this size. If you wanted to do more, then you'd need a bit more of it.
Okay.
But you could mix it. You could do a scrappy binding with the leftover bits if you wanted to make it bigger. I'm going to show you a quick way of making lots of half square triangles all in one go, because they can be a bit tedious, half square triangles. Let's not argue about that. It can be.
I would say mindful. Jane.
Yes. But sometimes you could lose the will to live when you're making half square triangles. So if you can make them really quickly and lots of them in one go.
But there aren't many of them, are there?
No, there's 16.
It's when you look at a pattern you've got to do it. It says, now make 168 of these. And you go,
How many? So you're going to cut a large square. Measurements are all in the pattern. I printed a pattern off and I've left it in the workshop.
oh, do you want it?
It's fine.
Sure.
I know what I'm doing. She says, ha! Famous last words. I've marked the diagonal on the wrong side of the lighter of the 2 fabrics, off through both diagonals, crisscross. Put it right sides together with my lovely dark fabric. Your dark fabric is fabric A, and this is fabric B. And we're going to sew 1/4 inch either side of both diagonals. Okay, so let's do that. You may wish to pin your squares together. You'll probably find it's a lot easier if you do pin them, because then the fabric won't move. Woo,
Speedy, Jane.
speedy!
Super speedy.
Heavy foot then. Down one side, lift your foot, give it a tug, and straight down the other side. then we do again the other diagonal. Just make sure everything's all lined up. And we go again. Down one side. Lift the foot, pull the thread, and then down the other side. And you've got basically both diagonals sewn either side. You take your ruler and your rotary cutter, and you're now going to measure halfway along your square. Now if you want to use this method with any other size triangle, you take the size of your triangle that you're finished, so like ours were 6 finished, you double it and you add 1 3/4. 1 3/4 is the magic number, so whatever finished size, double it and add 1 3/4.
If you are like me and you cannot remember that, just buy Jane's pattern. She'll let you know.
All the measurements are in there.
That's the thing. I always know it's something a little bit unexpected. I can never remember.
And then we measure the halfway up from the bottom as well. Just lining all that up. If you've got a rotating cutting mat that is this size, which we have, you'll find this is easier to use with a rotating cutting mat, because then you can twist it round so you're not cutting across. But as I always say, it's safe to cut across. You just change your body angle slightly, move to the side, cut away from yourself. You're always cutting away from yourself. Leave it cut like that, so you've cut it into quarters, and then you cut it along the marked diagonal line through both diagonals. And again, just moving my body position, so I'm always cutting away from myself. I'm always looking on the internet at ideas and patterns and inspiration, and there are a number of people that I see cutting towards themselves or across themselves, and I'm just like, why are you showing that?
But not only that, Jane, you tend to go, if you cut towards yourself, you go wobbly.
Yes, you do, because you're not in control.
No.
Which is why you have will have an accident. So we have got 8 half square triangles all done, like so.
Yeah.
I'm going to place them on my ironing board with the dark side facing up, because I want the seam to go under the dark side. So if you have the dark side facing up and you press the triangle away from yourself, the seam will automatically sit under the dark fabric. So just give it a press to set the seam. Just push it up. Now be careful, because it's a biased edge, so I push it up with my fingers so that I know that the fabric's sitting right up against that seam line, and then I literally just press down with my iron. I don't do this because that will stretch the square. And you'll do 2 lots of this. And that will give you do that twice, and it will give you 16 half square triangles in no time. So much quicker. And if you've got a pattern where you need lots of triangles, this method is really good. Really helpful.
Oh, Laura is feeling pained by her quilts this morning. She's got 3 that need to finish off. She's like me, Jane. She doesn't want to do the quilting bit. This is why I invented long arm quilters.
It is. But also, you know, just give it a go. Even if you just sew straight lines on it, just through the seam lines, stabilise the blocks. Start there, and then bind it, and then it's finished. And if you then start to feel more confident with your quilting as you carry on, and try maybe a few curved lines or a little bit of a wiggle, because you can do curved lines with your walking foot. You can go back to your quilts once they're bound and quilt them again, do more quilting on them. Once you've stabilised it, done the minimum that needs doing on it to start with, and then when you feel a bit more confident about your quilting, after you've done a few more, you can go back to it and do a bit more quilting on it if you feel the need to. You've got a bee.
No,
No,
apparently we've got a cobweb wafting in front of one of the cameras, but I don't know which. Oh no, it's the really, really high one, Jane, that none of us can reach.
Oh yes, I can see it.
That's why.
This one. I can't see that on our screen, but I expect everybody else can see it.
Oh my god, I can hook it with. I'm going to have to stand on something.
You're going to need a tall feather duster. So I've cut my strips into 3.5, and I'm going to make squares, 3.5-inch squares. I've laid up all of the strips together. There's 5 strips there, they're doubled over, so that's 10 layers of fabric. You can cut them all in one go. If you've got a nice new sharp blade, this is a good reason to put a new blade in your rotary cutter every time you start a project, because you can cut through all those layers in one go. So I've just trimmed the selvage off there, and then I'm going to cut them into squares.
Oh Jane, our little Bella is in disgrace.
Oh dear, what's she done?
Someone left Sue's storeroom cupboard open.
Oh dear.
Yeah, she's shredded a hole in a roll of wadding.
Oh no.
Like right in the middle.
Yes,
as well.
it would always be in the middle, wouldn't it?
Even though she's tiny,
yes.
And she'd only have just chewed a corner at the bottom where she could reach. No, somehow she's
through the middle.
it right in the middle. Sue said it looks like it's been snowing.
Bless her.
And she dug up all the plants that Dave planted yesterday. She's found a little pause there, hasn't she?
Hasn't she just? Hasn't she just?
I can laugh because it's not happening in my house.
Yes, it's not yours.
The very first night she was here, and I did warn Sue about this, very first night she was here, she pulled off everything. She didn't chew anything, but she pulled off the shelves in my utility room anything soft.
Yeah.
She's a little monkey. She did pull off anything soft and then just trampled in it.
So then you can just take the squares, and you can layer those up into piles of the same. I won't use that one because I didn't trim the selvage off properly. That one is okay because that's going to sit in the seam allowance, just a little bit of that one. And you'll make piles. You'll need 16 piles of your squares for all of your blocks. Which one am I missing? I've got those 2. That one's okay. It's this one, isn't it, that's missing? Try and keep them in the same order, that will help you. Or you can go for a completely scrappy look and mix them up. In which case, you just stick them all in a bag or a pile on your table and just grab one as you want it. I'm a little bit... I don't want to use the word OCD, but I am. I'm a little bit OCD, and I like to have mine all in the same order.
And that's okay.
And
Jane.
that's fine, isn't it? Because,
Yes.
we all know what we're like. What we like and what's best. I tried to keep all of mine, if they were directional, I tried to keep the direction similar, same way, in all the blocks. Again, if that doesn't bother you, you can mix it up.
You see, if this is going to be thrown on the back of a sofa or something like that, I don't mind if they go in every direction, because then every direction's right.
Yeah. So you're going to end up with 16 piles of fabrics and we'll just do 2 so I can show you the 2 different blocks, how they go together. So decide on your fabric order. Now I've used these 2 together on the top, and then I've done that one, and that one down the side. So we're going to sew these 2 together into pairs. Use a 1/4 inch seam throughout the pattern.
I bet you this is Gemma's favourite colour. She loves the green.
It does.
Yeah.
I can see this on Gemma's sofa.
Yes.
Okay. So for block 1, if you like, this block, you're going to take your half square triangle and you want it so the seam runs from the bottom left to the top right with fabric A on the left hand side. And you're going to sew your 2 squares to the top of the square of the half square triangle unit. And press the squares up and away from the half square triangle unit. Like so. And then we're going to sew our 3 squares into a row. So we sew those 2 together. And because that seam goes up on there and this seam is going to join, we're going to press that seam downwards towards the middle square.
So it nests.
So that when we come to join together they'll nest, and then we're going to add this one onto the bottom of there. Now you can chain piece these, you can do all of these together into pairs, and you can do all your row of 3 together into rows of 3 squares, and you can get those all done in a oneer. All chain piece, take you minutes, it really will. It's a really quick quilt to make, this is, and it comes together quickly. Ooh, got a nice picture of my shoulder there.
Oh, sorry, Jane.
So we've made, and I've pressed those 2 seams in. It doesn't matter, you could press them all facing that way. It doesn't matter as long as this seam faces the opposite direction to that seam there. So that when we come to join that onto the side, we can nestle that seam in the corner there.
I've just realised you've come dressed as your Dreamy Greens today.
I have.
We have got on that there YouTube, Cynthia says greetings. Rodwin says good morning Natasha and Jane from a sunny Devon, and Ivan says good morning all from a sunny Blackpool.
Lovely. There is a little bit of sunshine. It's come back after a few days of cool, hasn't it? It's nice.
But the bank holiday at least was.
Yeah, it was dry, if not mega sunny.
The Saturday, or was it the Friday? Friday was so.
We had storms on Thursday. Did everybody have? We had thunderstorm on Thursday.
Saturday was insanely warm and sunny in Cornwall. I got very burnt.
Oh right.
It was lovely. But then I was by the beach and on the river.
Yeah.
And walking.
Were you
through
bored?
fields, so I was everywhere.
Paddle boarding.
Yeah, with young Miss Minnie.
So block 2, we take our half square triangle and we're rotating it basically so that the fabric A is on the right hand side and the seam runs from bottom right to top left. And we're going to sew our 2 fabrics, and again I've chosen to use the same fabrics. You might want to mix it up, might want to change it around. It's your quilt, it's entirely up to you. I like the uniformity, some of you prefer the scrappy effect, and again, there's no right or wrong, it's what you like, it's your quilt, isn't it? So we've sewn these 2 fabrics together into a pair, and as I say, you can sew all of these into pairs, all of those squares into pairs before you even start adding them on, and then you've got them all done and it goes together even quicker. And this time we're sewing them to the bottom of our block.
Squares into
up. There we go.
Jane, if you were buying bolt ends,
Yes,
which one did you go for today?
I would go for the biggest pieces
And
because yeah,
not greedy, but I like a lot. Yep.
yeah, because they make great quilt backs, and if you don't use them for quilt backs, you've still got a good chunk of fabric to use in a project
For bag lining. Or
for bag
whatever else
linings
you
and
need.
things like that. It's always good to have fabrics like that in your stash, I think.
And especially when you are paying plain prices.
It's just crazy prices, and the fact that you can get 3 for 2 is just on top of the discount that's already there.
Only today, Jane. Yeah. So some of them are up to 40% off. In fact, quite a lot of them are 40% off. And then yeah, 3 for 2 on top of that. So if you don't use these today, it's gone. It's gone.
It's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
I'm going to nick that one because I've left too much salvage on there. Just checking that's the right way round. It's different on that one. I've got them that way. Again, doesn't matter. So I've sort of gone, if you can see on mine, I've gone for sort of like a dark, light, dark, light, dark. That's how it's worked out for me. Sort of a contrast between the prints and the colours so that you get a nice, visually you get a difference between the squares. Even if they're similar colours, there's a difference in weight of pattern and tone.
Yeah.
So you get sort of some differentiation between the fabrics. And so again, pressing that, the seam is facing that way on this one, so that's going to go up and away. And we're just, again, we're nestling that seam in that corner there and attaching that to the side of the square. You couldn't get a simpler pattern, I don't think, really, unless you were just going to use plain squares, which you could do.
Simple is good, Jane. Simple is good.
I think sometimes you just need a quick project. Reading somewhere that somebody was saying she's completely lost her sojo. She was just like, can't even be bothered to go into her sewing room, never mind sew anything, and she's got so many things that she wants to make but just can't find the energy. And I thought, yeah, sometimes we feel like that, don't we? And sometimes having something quick to make that doesn't take too much thinking about is what you need just to bring it all back again.
We were saying that on our workshop yesterday, that we kind of, well, I do, not you, Jane, you do beautiful quilts, but I sort of specialise in quick, easy makes that you can get done in a morning.
Yeah.
Like easily, and it doesn't matter if you've got gorgeous quilts on the go.
Yeah, sometimes you just want something quick to make.
Dopamine hit.
Yeah, because sometimes when you've got a big project on the go, it can be over-facing and you think, oh God, I can't face this today. But have something that you can do quickly, like you say, in a morning.
Yeah.
Even if you've got a busy day ahead and you think, oh, I'll just do a little bit today.
And this you could easily get done in a day.
This is definitely a weekend quilt, you know, and you'd have it done in a day and a half, really, quilted and bound. I'm going to sew the 2 blocks together. I'm just going to pop a pin in along the seam here. Now, if you're clever, you might get them so that they nestle. I'm not clever, I didn't. Just a couple of pins in, just to hold it, sew the pairs together, so that we've got the half square triangle at the top and one facing the bottom, but they face in opposite directions, which gives it the zigzag, which is where it got its name from. You get to the point, don't you, where you can't think of a name for things. It's just like, what am I going to call this one?
Yeah, we were saying this the other day, when I was presenting, I couldn't believe that people couldn't think of names for, you know, new glitters that came through or whatever it was. And then I think it was Adrina said to me, well, you can name this collection, Natasha. They'd obviously got fed up with me whinging about it. And that stopped me in my tracks, like, oh, this is so hard.
Yeah. It's amazing, really, when you think about it. And again, you can sew the blocks into pairs. You can chain piece this. Sew those into pairs and sew those pairs into fours, rows of 4. Let's just give that a press. If you think about it, you could try and press one set of seams one way on one row, and the other row you could press another set of seams, but just pin them together in the rows. The rows are all the same, 4 rows identical. Sew them together, just making sure that you've got that one at the top, one at the bottom. That gives it its zigzaggy effect. And again, we'll just pop a pin in along that seam just to hold those, line those up and hold them together.
To the sewing machine,
I was, and then I thought, no, I need to
preempted you and then had to rein it back in.
just get those pins in, just to hold it while we take it to the machine and make sure it's all lined up. And it gives you that sort of, not only a zigzaggy effect, but also that the squares form a sort of zigzag as well.
Again, yesterday's show we did the elephant pig.
Yeah.
And I need to get a dummy or something to do, to display such things. So
Yeah.
that's still one of the kids' teddy bears, which now looks massive. But these bibs, all of my bibs are from newborn size
Yes.
upwards. They just fit. If you think about the neck, it doesn't really change that
No,
much
it doesn't,
as
does
they
it?
get bigger. It's not like their height that changes so much. But yeah, I was just laughing to myself at the bear. That was all we could find. And then I thought I might try one of Emily's larger dolls, and then discovered that she'd given it rather a radical haircut, unbeknownst to me. And she's like, "Mummy, this one doesn't grow back." No, it does not. No, it does not, child. It's a good job the asymmetric hairstyle is a thing.
So as I say, you're going to make all the rows the same. There we are, I've got 2 rows there. Sew your rows together into pairs and then sew the 2 pairs together, and that's your quilt top.
Nice.
And that is really one of the quickest quilt tops I think that you'll probably ever make.
But again, looks really impactful.
It does, and it just, the colours and the shapes just give it a little bit of interest, don't they? Because yes, you can sew squares together, they make a perfectly lovely quilt. But sometimes you want something that's a little bit more, don't you?
No, I think it's really beautiful. So you can go for the colourful one or for the calming greens. Which one would you go for, Jane?
Well, it's too difficult to choose because I loved the colourful one, but now I've made this one, I'm like, I really like this one too. But then, you know, you choose the fabrics, don't you? You choose the fabrics and you love them. You love them both. Make both. Make both. Have both of them.
Well, under £30 for your top and binding.
And the thing is, if you don't want to make a quilt but you love the fabrics, nobody's going to know that you've not made the quilt. You've got, you know, you've got what? 2.5, 2 3/4 metres of fabric.
Do you know, we said this about the kits, because obviously we've got last day, 3 for 2 on the kits.
Yeah.
And nobody knows what you bought that kit for.
No, you might just like the fabrics in it to do something else with it.
Which is, you know, absolutely fine.
And if the hardware comes in the kit, you might to think, well, actually, I've got some better fabric that I want to use that hardware for.
Yeah.
And that's good too.
Yeah. But these savings are huge. I mean, I've just looked at someone's order here and they've made an £18.70 saving on already discounted
that's
fabrics.
amazing.
Guys, I cannot.
That's over a metre of fabric, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. I cannot do this for any longer because it's an insane deal anyway. And it's one of those things. We've used it to clear out.
Just need the space because we've got some gorgeous things coming.
we have.
Absolutely wonderful. You're going to love them.
But also, if it's been there for a little while, it just needs a new home.
Yes,
Jane.
of course it does.
It needs a new home, but fabrics don't date.
They don't.
Look at
Look
this.
at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, actually, hold it up. Can you hold it up so we can see it from the front?
From a distance. There you go, look.
Beautiful. Oh, I don't know now. That you're right. That would look beautiful on Gemma's sofa.
It would. It would, it would.
That's so lovely. And if you take one step to the side, that side, then we
This
can see
side.
which colourway you'd like.
Oh, you can see them compared.
Yeah,
The markets.
compare and contrast.
There we go. It's such a fun pattern to make, and it's quick, lickety
Yeah.
spit.
Yeah.
And as I say, you could get another 8 squares from the kit. I think, yes, yeah, you could.
So that's another row and column.
Mm. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's very impressive, Jane. I'm going to say it again. Last chance today on your... Jane, do you know where the perfect pairings were put?
Yes, I do. Yes,
Do
I do.
you?
Yeah,
Do you?
Yes.
Because
they're in a box on the floor at the end of the row as you go in through the warehouse door.
I'll be back because we've got to show
You'll be
those.
back. Yes, we've forgotten about the perfect pairings. That is so beautiful, isn't it? It's so restful. You could have fun with these blocks as well. You could change it round and you could make different shapes. You could put the rows facing each other, and then you get sort of like a wonky square in the middle of the light or the dark. It's quite good fun. Because when I was designing it, I was playing with all sorts of different combinations of squares. I started off by just making the one square and rotating the block, but I didn't like the way that the little squares arranged. But what you can do, once you've made all of your half square triangles, you can just have a play with them and move them around and see what shapes you get. Because it's good fun.
Look what I got. Perfect pairings go live at midnight tonight, Jane. Midnight tonight. This is... we have looked at these fabrics for so long.
Yes.
And Izzy went, do you think those two go together? I'm like,
Oh, yes.
yes.
We love
This is
that.
one of my favourites.
This is such a pretty fabric with the peacocks.
I
Bird
think
of
they're
paradise, yeah.
Phoenix maybe, whatever it is. But I hadn't realised that this was exactly that, and that was...
Yeah, it looks fabulous.
It really does. I don't know that our cameras do it justice, but honestly, do grab these. Just
Nice.
lovely. This is new in from Art Gallery Fabrics. A bit of a retro vibe.
I love that. It's country
We put it with
kitchen,
denim.
and that would make a beautiful
Peg bag.
Peg bag, tote, apron.
Gorgeous.
Lovely.
Do you know what's on my list of things to make? And that is an apron. So I'd maybe do like a denim back and then have strips like this to collect the eggs in, because the kids keep going to collect the eggs and
Yes.
dropping them.
You can make one, can't you, with many pockets?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
But your garden, you know, you did your garden apron.
that would work,
Would
wouldn't it?
look lovely with that.
Oh yes.
I
Now
love this.
this
Oh,
one.
it's just so luscious.
This is it's a tweed, isn't it?
Yeah.
In mustard, and we were looking for a fabric to go with it, well, to go with this, and we were going to put it with a wax, weren't we?
Yes.
And then we just walked past this roll and went, oh, but no. Do you know what, Jen? I'm going to show all of these on a close up.
So pretty. I've got my head in the way. Sorry.
It's absolutely perfect. And then
Just
you've
look
got
at butterflies in that fabric.
oh, it's so pretty. I love this one for retro.
Lovely. It just reminds me of kitchen tiles. I don't know why, because I've never had kitchen tiles like that, and nor has my mum, but it does.
But it's there. And then you can start to see how those colours
That is so
Just
pretty.
work. I'd never have put those together, and yet Wiz picked it, absolutely picked it. This I will open up for you in a minute, because that's Florence, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then this just goes beautifully together. These are with waxes. These are Art Gallery Fabrics.
Uh-oh.
Oh, crikey bumps. And
Is
then
that
this
the seal of approval, Mortimer?
this one, I'll do this one from here as well. You can absolutely come off. You're not meant to be in here at all. Who let you in, mister? He's so sneaky.
He is.
Actually, do you know what? That looks rather nice with the
It
denim
does,
as well,
doesn't
doesn't it?
You could buy both of those. Look, because you could swap. Look at that, because that looks rather nice with the wax.
They all work.
They all work.
They all work.
Interchangeable.
We do our best prices on these always. Always. And then here, this is a lovely terracotta wax.
Look at that. That is beautiful. You could have such fun with that with bags.
Yes.
Bags and bags. Beautiful.
Would also look nice with the denim.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
not so much. And then this one. This was we've only got 2 of these.
There's a trio.
Yeah.
Because you've done that trio bag, haven't you? Which is just
Yeah.
pretty, and that would work lovely with that.
In fact, I've got it here that I can show you.
It's a really nice tote, and it's a lovely way of using up three lots of fabric. If you can't decide.
This one.
Yes.
This. Oh, I did this in lovely shot cottons. I've got some more cave shot cottons on the way, and then I did a little purse to go with it. From the same
Beautiful.
cave collection. This one opens up really big if you need to stuff everything in.
Mortimer!
Morty, get off the fabric. You just have to cuddle him, Jane, because he's obviously on one. He has had breakfast, but he might be after his Hobbit second breakfast.
Second one.
And yesterday we learnt, because, Jane, just imagine if you did the workshop yesterday and you learnt how to make. Oh, let me reach it.
Cord handles. Oh, they'd look lovely, wouldn't they?
And of course, you can make these any length you like.
Yes. Yeah.
So that would give a whole different feel. But you can also do these out of fabric as well. Same tutorial. That would look. Oh, Jane!
That would look gorgeous. Look at that. That's stunning.
Yes, and yes.
And you're stunning too.
And actually, somebody asked me. I think it was Sue asked me, how would I go about making handles out of the waxed fabrics, because you don't use the quarters wash where tape doesn't always take that fabric well.
Yeah.
You could do it with the tube maker. Absolutely, that's the way, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's absolutely the way. I've just answered my own question.
Yes.
It wasn't even my question. I've answered somebody else's question. Jane, we're going to go and feed this clearly undernourished cat.
He's so gorgeous.
So naughty.
He's such a beautiful boy.
We do call him Naughty Morty because he's not meant to be in here at all.
He's a nice cuddly cat. Malcolm is. You want to cuddle Malcolm, but he doesn't like being cuddled, so you don't get cuddles off Malcolm
We
unless
call
you're
him
called Natasha.
The lesser spotted Malcolm, because you just don't see him.
No,
No, whereas this one.
he's always there.
And whenever the
Isn't
kids come home from school, as soon as Freddie sits down, he's on his lap.
he?
He is very much Freddie's cat.
You're Freddie's cat, aren't you?
Or Freddie is his person.
Yeah.
/ slave. That's how that goes.
Purring away.
He's having a lovely time. Guys, please do make the most of the 3 for 2s. I cannot stress this enough. They will be finishing in less than 24 hours. So if there's anything there, and again, these are one-offs. When they're gone, they're gone. So if there's a fabric there, if you're on the fence at all, and you can mix and match with the kits, the 3 for 2s on the kits, you can mix it through with the haberdashery as well, or the hemline haberdashery is in the 3 for 2 as well. That's going to stop. And all of our sample sale goods, they are all in their 3 for 2. And the more you buy, the more you save. It's as simple as that. There you go. Thank you ever so much for watching. These perfect pairings go live at midnight. I've got a little treat for you tomorrow, which I will tell you about tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled on social media. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.